Personal, historical, current, and what's the third? Hypothetical.
1 minute.
Do you have the card for this one?
What's my time?
Yeah, 1:46.
Okay. Okay. Started. So the idiom that I picked out, I got don't change horses in midstream, which basically comes up to don't just jump off a horse when you're in the middle of something important, pretty much. So my kind of personal experience is if you're invested in a team like a football team, anything, don't give up on them. Like there's plenty of times, I'm a Vikings fan, sadly sometimes, and they're a heartbreaker. There are plenty of times where I've thought, why do I follow this team? Why do I even believe in them? Why do I trust the team to manage the team right? Why do I trust the coaches? Why do I trust the players to even do anything right? But then I've learned to always just keep kind of going through it, even though that they might not be the best, even in the division. They're probably bottom tier, but they're still my team. I'll always be the purple Vikings to me. So historical, I went with France. France helping the U.S. back in the day in the Revolutionary War. France gave us a lot of money and a lot of help. There was a lot of mercenaries that helped us during the Revolutionary War. They really believed in us, actually, that we could actually make a difference and actually take over the country and actually rule by ourselves and not be governed by the British, because also helped that the British were the biggest enemies to them, biggest threat, money-wise, economy. Military-wise, they had the biggest navy at the time, and we were just some bunch of people from the British colonies coming down to live, get away, be free, and make our own country by ourselves. So hypothetically, my hypothetical is that sometimes investments, you kind of invest into, like, let's say you're a businessman, big businessman. He's not the most best investor, but he kind of has who he's going for. So he puts a lot of money into an investor, and sometimes it goes up and down. It's the stock market. It always is iffy. It's never going well sometimes. And when he goes up and down, but eventually you might hit that big break. You might get that big break where you will go up. You might have that Apple moment, that Google moment, where you will have that big break, and you never broke the trust. You never jumped at that horse midstream. And so in conclusion, personally, I've never given up on the Vikings. I should. It's bad. For my historical, France really believed in us, and they traded fur after. So, they helped us win the war. And hypothetically, my hypothetical is sometimes investing and taking your time and believing it is great. So, that's all. I got 4